Repent. Be better.
Learning to recognize answers to prayer based on the talk by Elder Richard G. Scott in October of 1989. A woman sat across from Elder Scott, sobbing. "God answers everybody else's prayers," she said. "Why won't he answer mine?" She had her hand on the scriptures when she said it. She believed. She'd been praying for days, and she felt nothing. That's not a rare story. A lot of us have been that woman. Elder Scott's answer to her and to us is not a simple fix. It's a reframe. He says, maybe the problem isn't that God isn't answering. Maybe the problem is that we don't recognize answers when they come. That's worth sitting with. The Lord told Oliver Cowdery something that applies directly here. As often as thou hast inquired, thou hast received instruction of my spirit. If it had not been so, thou wouldst not have come to the place where thou art at this time. Oliver didn't realize he had already been receiving answers. He thought the silence meant nothing was happening. But the Lord pointed back to his own life and said, Look at where you are. I've been with you this whole time. Most of us are Oliver. So how does God actually answer? Elder Scott gives us 3. When he says yes, it's to give us confidence. When he says no, it's to prevent error. When he withholds an answer, it's to have us grow. Through faith, through obedience, through the act of deciding without a guarantee. That third one is the hardest. We want an answer before we move. But often the Lord is waiting for us to move first. Nephi understood this. He didn't have a plan when he crept back toward Laban's house. He wrote plainly, I was led by the Spirit, not knowing beforehand the things which I should do. And then the next word matters, nevertheless. Nevertheless, I went forth. He didn't wait for the full picture. He moved, and step by step the guidance came. That is how it usually works, not one complete answer from the beginning. Packets of help found along the way for the person who is already walking. There's one more thing Elder Scott raises that we tend to overlook. Sometimes we don't receive answers because we're too fixed on the answer we want. We've already decided. We're just asking God to confirm it, and when he doesn't, or when he gently points somewhere else, we call it silence. That's not silence, that's direction. Be careful what you do with an impression from the Lord. And then Elder Scott says something you might not expect at the end of a talk on prayer. He says the most important part is gratitude. Not technique, not the right words, not the right posture. Gratitude. He tells the story of a Guatemalan woman in the temple, a woman who had sacrificed a full year just to get there. She entered the celestial room and knelt at the entrance, oblivious to everyone else, and spent 20 minutes pouring out her heart. When she finally raised her head, she said, I've tried to tell Father in heaven of my gratitude for all of my blessings, but I don't feel that I've communicated. She wasn't asking for anything. She just wanted him to know how grateful she was. That's the posture Elder Scott is pointing us toward. Clean life, worthy motives, willingness to act. Not because those things earn an answer, but because they put us in a position to recognize one. The answers are already coming. They have been for a while. The question is whether we are paying attention. Don't murmur. Don't sit passively. Don't wait for the whole answer before you take the first step. Act, trust, and then look carefully at where you already are. He has been speaking to you this whole time.